problem. You can freely do them all.
Oh, also, actually, before you head out, I want to see if the outfit trailer... This is just 2 minutes. I want to see if the outfit trailer shows off alts for every character, or if it's just the ones that we know about. Okay, we've seen these. This is loud. Oh, it's just classic Zangief. I was really hoping for a mecha Zangief. Oh, look, Dawson has the skulls back. Everyone was happy about the skulls going away. I heard so many people complaining about how him wearing skulls was contrary to his character, because Dawson's supposed to be a peaceful guy. He's supposed to be a peace-loving good guy. Why would he be wearing skulls? Why are you assuming that he killed the people whose skulls he's wearing, right? Those might be his ancestors' skulls or something. Use a little bit of imagination. But I think, this Dawson looks good. I think both Dawsons look good, but I think if I were to play him, I would use the one with the skulls. Just a little bit edgier. I think I do prefer the new Zangief, though, for some reason. I don't know why. The pants kind of grew on me. There's classic Guile, classic Blanca.
Ready?
Oh, it looks so weird seeing classic Chun-Li after looking at her Street Fighter 6 version so much. I might be in the minority, but I actually prefer Chun-Li's Street Fighter 6 look in terms of everything but the bangles. I do miss the spiky wrist weights. This is something I like about the original design. Objectively more. Classic Honda. I mean, classic Honda is not that much different. They're kind of small. It's from kids he killed. Maybe he shrunk them. They're like shrunken heads, but just the skulls. So if we get a mecha Zangief, it's probably going to be paid DLC. Also, well, classic DJ looks so weird. Seeing his eyes instead of seeing glasses. Something interesting to note about Juri's Street Fighter 5 costume here. As you can see, she's not wearing anything underneath this outer layer, which apparently was going to be her design in Street Fighter 5. But I guess they got cold feet or something, and they censored it, even though I don't think one looks necessarily better than the other. But this was what the Street Fighter 5 costume was originally going to look like, so it's kind of cool that they're going back and making what they originally wanted to make. You're surprised they didn't make you pay for that Juri costume? Yeah. People would. Dude, classic DJ looks so weird. I think this is the first time they've shown classic Cammy. I think Street Fighter 6 Cammy looks better. I much prefer the Street Fighter 6 Cammy, but obviously I'm glad the original one is back. I just think it makes no sense why she would be wearing this all the time when she's off duty, right? I wish you could have classic DJ with the glasses, because I think I prefer classic DJ's hair, but I don't think I'd ever want to get rid of the glasses.
Beginning operation. What are you waiting for?
Wow. Why isn't her classic costume the Street Fighter 4 one? I don't think this is necessarily being advertised as classic costumes. I think it's because her Street Fighter 6 costume is so similar to the Street Fighter 4 costume, so I think that's why they decided to do the 5 costume. I actually prefer the Street Fighter 4 costume over the 5 costume a lot. I think it's much more telling of her fighting style, right? Because when you look at her Street Fighter 4 character design, you can tell, okay, that's probably a Taekwondo user. But when you look at her in Street Fighter 5, it doesn't tell you anything. There's a spider right there. But I'm glad they used her Street Fighter 5 costume, just because having a Street Fighter 4 costume and the Street Fighter 6 costume, they would be so similar to each other, right? So having a Street Fighter 6 costume alongside the Street Fighter 5 costume, it gives you more variety. They'll probably eventually add the Street Fighter 4 one later, though. But I think if you're just going to have 2 for the base game, those are good ones. Man, they're barely showing classic Geef. They're mostly just showing Juri and Cammy, because people kept asking to see them. Yeah, see, obviously you don't have classic costumes for the new characters. She looks like a gnome or something. Jamie with his puffer vest. And Manon wearing the costume that she wears in some of her intros. So I'm wondering if her intros are different, right? Because I really like the intro of her wearing this, and then the backup dancers twirl in front of her, and then somehow she's just magically in a different costume, right? So I'm guessing maybe if you're using this costume, you just don't magically change clothes. Dude, I cannot refrain from laughing every time I see this Luke costume. When I saw this Luke costume in the World Tour demo, I thought it was so funny. He looks so goofy in this, especially with how curved the bill of the hat is. Not saying it's a bad costume. It's just I already find Luke a really funny character that I can't take seriously, and seeing him in this, it's exacerbated even more so. Also, I want to point out that Luke has a tattoo on his chest with the same exact design of what's on his shirt. So I have to ask you guys, did he like the shirt so much that he decided to get a tattoo of the shirt design? Or was he so in love with his own tattoo that he custom ordered a shirt with the same design of his tattoo? That is the biggest question. That's the endogeneity problem we are dealing with, the chicken or the egg. We actually saw these costumes. Remember that one video we watched the other day? It didn't really say much about the development, but it showed a bunch of art on the wall. And I was assuming that several of them were scrapped concept designs, but a lot of them were alternate costumes that were already confirmed. So I was trying to look at them and evaluate which ones are just completely scrapped versus which ones are alternate costumes. And it looks like that one, Marissa one actually is here, but I was actually I was wondering if you could actually play as this version of Manon, mostly because she does judo throws, and so having this big furry thing might kind of obstruct the visual readability of some of these judo attacks, right? But I'm guessing they just don't care, right? It's not that big of a deal. Also, those pants are very shiny. That actually looks pretty good. Ray tracing? Question mark.
Do you need to take a rest?
Dude, I don't know what to make of this. Marissa's hair is already so weird, and her changing it at all looks even weirder.
I may need a second helping.
JP's already dressed up all the time, though, so this is just a different suit. Dang, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I was really skeptical of this costume for Manon, but it actually looks pretty good. The pants, the reflectivity of the pants looks really good because she moves her legs a lot like a ballerina in the moveset, and that kind of draws your eye to it. Oh yeah, this Kimberly costume was shown on Twitter a while back, right? Yeah, her hair is even weirder. Did they not show the Geef super? I guess not. It's because Geef's classic design is so simple. You know, you wouldn't really notice anything. You wouldn't notice much different with the super. I might put that on YouTube just so that way I can have a video in which I ask the question about Luke's tattoo / shirt. Anyways, thanks for watching that with me, Hyde, and I will see you later. Let me finish this Rooflemonger video. They should give JP this costume. Let's see what this is. Oh. Let me put this on screen. Hey, Hachi wearing a fundoshi for some reason. And Geta sandals. Yeah, because a lot of these other characters' alts is them dressing up, right? Manon puts on some fancy clothes. Marissa puts on a suit, right? But JP is already dressed up, so JP has to dress down. That's the only way.